Well, I just received another form of support. I will only mention the first name just for privacy reason, but Joseph, that was an amazing gift. That's huge. You know, it's not so much the amount anybody supports, it's the action. you know, just to take whatever energy that's created to even send something is the most hugest form of support to me as anybody could get. Because one of the biggest problems that we're dealing with is we lose our ability to believe in ourselves. And there's nobody on this planet that believed more about myself than me. I I believed like nobody else would believe, that I loved creating shit that everybody else thought was impossible. As soon as I had the wild idea, this is what I'm going to do next, everybody would say something negative, something really oh, that can't be done. Oh, you're crazy. I mean, people would throw so much negative shit at me, and every time somebody threw some negative shit at me, it was like it gave me power. It was like, oh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to love doing this. I love proving people wrong. And I believed in whatever it is that I was doing. I really, really, truly believed what I believed, and I knew it always came from a source of good. It never was something that was out to destroy anybody. It was like buying a house. People didn't believe I could do it. It was like getting an airbrush mailed to my house. It was like, oh, I want to do a talk show. Everybody thought I was nuts because but in a week I'm doing a talk show. Um, there were stuff that my environment always wanted to criticize me with, and I always believed in myself. And probably that was developed because I was raised by parents that, I was the black sheep. They were all about money and they constantly criticized me. And I constantly was, no, I'm right. You're wrong. And now, thank God, everybody's starting to see that money isn't everything. And it's all about the relationships we have, it's all about the support we have for another. That has something been what I stood for from the time I was a kid, while the universe was saying everything is about money. So that developed this really, really strange obsession to love to prove people wrong. But then I got caught up in the trap of, when I was leaving abuse. Um, I worked really, really, really hard. And the harder I worked, the more the universe was working against me. And I believe that I needed to go through that path to sort of understand what's going on so that I can make some changes in it. But like, I do have this connection with a God, whether you believe in a God or not, but I do. He's been my guide since I was a kid, and anytime I ask any questions, I end up getting some pretty wild answers. And this God that I believe in told me that all of the hell that I went through, I needed to go through, because once it was done, then I'll know what to do about it. And so just knowing that little voice that came from God, my personal God, gave me a little bit of peace. It kind of gave me, okay, this is just a life lesson, and I'm going to graduate. And when I graduate, then I'll be able to do something really big and wild with all of that information, that experience, which is why I'm doing the channel that I'm doing and the things that I want to do. Um, but in that process, I ended up losing everything. Now on a welfare system. Um, then my kids were brainwashed into money is everything, and they were heavily brainwashed by their father not to listen to their mother. And he always used, if your mother knew anything, then she'd be a lot wealthier. And my kids bought into that. And because I was the only one financially supporting the kids, and my ex had me, fighting court 24/7, because he was trying to get out of paying his child support. The only reason I was fighting him is because I have to pay him child support for the kids that live in my house. Um, so, and when you're dealing with that kind of mess, you're dealing with a low income to begin with, because nobody that's paying you big bucks wants you to be dealing with that kind of shit in your life. So, while living on next to nothing and while having court orders that I have to pay a deadbeat, at the same time I have to financially support kids, and while I ended up going in front of courts and finding out that there was no interest in following any laws. I mean, at the end of the day, after it took me years and years, I ended up having to pay him more money in advance. So my whole, I crashed and burned, and I didn't see that anybody was supporting me at all. I lost, my ability to believe in myself, and I needed to get that back. I needed to really believe in myself. I really need to feel that there's good people in the world. I need to feel that the universe is in support of me, because I can't friggin' do this alone. I can't live in a world where everybody's not supporting me. I can't live in a world where a world wants to see me in poverty, because that's what we do to third world countries. That's what we do to everybody that's homeless in our streets. That's what we're doing to all our kids, is we don't want to support people that need our support, which are our kids. And I'm gonna cry. So, um, when the bags are gonna come out, this is how you age, is by crying. So don't friggin' cry. um, the dollar amount of support really means nothing compared to somebody taking the time and actually saying the words, I support you. And then to actually go out of your way and click a button and even send somebody some financial funds, even if it was a penny. That penny means so much to me, because it lets me know that I am not alone, that there are other people out there, that a lot of us want change. So I am so grateful for the support you've given me. It feels like $1,000,000 to me. It's huge to me, and I really, really am grateful for your support. And if there's anything that I can do in return, this is what happens when you sort of support somebody and you do it with love. Is I'm trying to put out a channel that helps and gives you something. In return, if you see that it's valuable, you're recognizing that you're supporting me, but then it makes me want to support you more. It makes me want to do even more for you. It's like something that builds, that it's that sense of gratitude that you get, that when you're grateful you want to even give back more. So if there's anything that I can possibly do to help you out even more than this YouTube channel, let me know. But that gift is huge. It's huge, and I'm really, really grateful. So thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my channel. And the way I perceive it is, you've just supported your planet. You supported a change. You supported, everything that's going to be good in our world. And you're an example of that. So I'd love to add your channel. I'd love to add your name, but I won't do that unless you give me your permission. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Love to you. Bye bye. Peace out.